As Minnesota Vikings superstar edge rusher Danielle Hunter is awaiting surgery to fix the herniated disc in his neck that cost him the 2020 season in preparation for 2021. The future is still amazingly bright. He's only 26 years young next year. He was second in the NFL in pressures last season, as well as had 29 combined sacks from 2018-2019. So he can still get after it. Hopefully, his surgery, everything is good to go. And also the FU Revenge Tour, chip on the shoulder, is coming back. And Danielle is still at the apex of his profession as well as his position and should hopefully make a full recovery. Then, of course, you had the whole rap sheet editorializing Danielle's getting surgery and also he deserves to get paid or get traded, blah, blah, blah. So now we talked about last week that obviously didn't come out of nowhere. And, Danielle, his agent, I'm sure would like that contract freshen up just a touch, just a skosh. And also, you notice that they were okay with it because Danielle Hunter's agent didn't publicly come out and be like, how dare Rap Sheet talk about my agent like that? He's very happy he's going to be a Viking. He signed his contract, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, there was a little bit of agenda behind that whole leak thing. But right, Danielle is currently the 18th highest paid edge rusher in the NFL, which is it's a disgrace. It is. It really is. So the Vikings should extend Danielle Hunter. He deserves it. But also, it could be a spot of cover your ass, CYA, because what if Danielle Hunter's injury hampers future production? What about this? What about that? Well, we have a compromise. As always, the cap is a myth. There's ways to fungify this thing. So let's talk about right now, because as of right now, Danielle is headed into year 3 of his 5-year extension. The deal is out of guaranteed money, as his 2021 $1.215 million base salary is not guaranteed, nor is 2022 or 2023. At the end of the season, Danielle Hunter will have $42.32 million in career earnings. And right now, Danielle's final 3 years total to $48.75 million, not including sack and per game bonuses, an average of $16.25 million per year. So here's what we suggest. Here's what we're putting on the table. 2-year, $60 million extension with 29.15 guaranteed. So here's how we get to that 29.15. It's a $17 million signing bonus. So Danielle gets that today. Straight cash money, direct deposit. There we go. 2021 base salary of $12.15 million. Currently on his contract becomes fully guaranteed. It's akin to how they tacked on the extension on the Kirk Cousins deal, making his final year fully guaranteed. 2023, his base salary becomes fully guaranteed if he's on the roster third day of the new league year. 2022, so that covers the Vikings' bases. If Danielle is not up to snuff, if he's not back, they can cut him. They can do this. They can do that. Right. So base salaries of $15.425 million in 2024, 2025. His new 5-year average of $21.75 million would make him the 4th highest paid edge rusher in the NFL, behind only Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, Khalil Mack, and just ahead of DeMarcus Lawrence and Frank Clark. Now, the fact that he still has 3 years left on his deal is coming off an IR season. I think this is an amazing deal. He now have almost $29 million in fully guaranteed money. And also for the Vikings, I think it's a decent hedge because Danielle is rewarded if he stays healthy. Vikings are only committed through 2021, and it only adds $4.25 million to the 2021 cap in the prorated signing bonus. And also, if Danielle, knock on wood, heavens forbid, is not anywhere near the Danielle that he used to be, the Vikings can get out of the contract with reasonable cap hits if Danielle is not 99 anymore. And then you'd have 5 years of potentially the best edge rusher in the NFL for less than $30 million guaranteed through age 30 in 2025, averaging what eventually will, by the end of this contract, will be well outside the top 10 in terms of edge rusher salary. So I think a deal like this, maybe not these specific numbers, but somewhere in this ballpark where you're adding on a couple years to the 3 years he already has, a little bit of guaranteed money in form of a signing bonus. Maybe you guarantee that 2021 season. Maybe you toss a few injury guarantees as well as maybe some sack incentives like he had on his previous deal. I think there is a way where the Vikings can protect themselves if Danielle's injury is impacted on his career. And if Danielle Hunter comes back and resumes his place and takes up the mantle as one of the best edge rushers in the game, he is being handsomely rewarded. And I think everyone wins in this scenario. So Danielle Hunter gets rewarded. That contract gets market adjusted. And also he gets $30 million in new guaranteed money. The Vikings reward on their own, but also they cover their butts just in case Danielle isn't Danielle. And the Vikings, they get to keep the Hall of Famer, one of the best edge rushers in the league, and a guy who potentially could be the Vikings' best defensive lineman of all time. And that's saying a lot, considering who's wore purple in the past. They get to see the full years of his prime. And if Danielle is worth it at the end of the deal, they can re-up for one more contract and let the thing ride. So I think it would be the best compromise all around, or something similar. So we'll see what happens this offseason. I think the Vikings are motivated to get things done. I think Danielle and his agent are obviously motivated to get something done. So I think everything will work out pretty swimmingly. But your thoughts, our proposed compromise on Danielle Hunter extension, let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol. Production value.